All right, Zach Rosenfield, why don't you first tell us about the new iPhone application that Accuscore has, and then give us a side that you think might have some value.
Yeah, absolutely. What we did in the off season is while everybody was not being able to report to camp, we were working on an app that allowed people to access Accuscore information from their iPhone. If you go to your iTunes and type in Accuscore, you can download a free app that gives you our game simulations. And I believe for 99 cents, you can get all of our trends and our pick for each game, the star rating, and the historical trends that you usually will hear me spout off of on here. It really helps if you're tailgating in the parking lot, if you're at a sports bar, or if you just don't want to pay the normal premium for our website. You can get the one-off pick for 99 cents.
99, that is a very, very reasonable price right there, 99 cents. All right, so Zach, what do you like this week?
Well, I mean, as we did last year, one of the big things we do over here at Accuscore is we always try to find the value. And, we had some really good numbers coming off last season. The one that really jumps out to me is I like over-unders. Over-unders to me really appeal because you get a bet on both teams. I'm a type of guy who usually likes to root for the over. I'm an optimist, so I try to root for more points. It's the only bet that can be over during the middle of a game, which is always exciting for me. The bet that really stands out to us, or at least the pick that stands out to us from a statistical point of view, is the Cowboys and the Jets over 40.5 points. Statistically, it just jumps out. We say this line should be 43 points, and when the line differed by 2.5 last year, we were 60% right. Our combined record last year with both the Jets and the Dallas Cowboys was 25-10. So we really like this game. And if you take a look at some other statistics, when the AFC East played out of the division last season, Accuscore successfully picked the over or the under 66% of the time correctly, and 59% under the same scenario when the NFC East played out of the division. So when we look for trends, which is something that Accuscore's computer is all about, at this point in the season, we're trying to identify teams that are in and around the same ball club that they were last year. And we could say confidently that we're getting that with the Jets. It's a little bit different with the transition from Kitna back to Romo, but we think the offense is going to be more apt to score points rather than not score points with the transition back to Romo. So we really like this game to go over. So we're going to put our clients in the Cowboys, Jets, and the over.
I can understand the statistics behind it, but how do you handicap in something like Dallas's changing offensive line from last year to this year? How does that impact the numbers that you guys crunched to come up with your total? Aren't you worried a little bit that the Jets defense is going to be able to overwhelm kind of a disorganized and undermanned Dallas offensive front?
I don't think the Dallas offensive line last year was ever mistaken as being a bunch of all pros who were gritty and tough. I mean, they almost got Tony Romo killed. So we can pretty much expect the same thing from the Dallas offensive line this year as we did last year. I mean, everybody's, talking about Dallas. We don't have a huge expectation for them this year. I mean, we have them at 8-7, around 8 to 9 wins, 23% to win the division, 42% to make the playoffs. So, I mean, we're not overwhelmed with Dallas. And again, if New York is able to control the line of scrimmage with their defense, chances are that's going to be able to flip the field and create more scoring opportunities for the Jets. So we're not too worried about that. I mean, again, if anything, Dallas has a more potent offense, but we expect no difference with their offensive line. We had a really good record with them last year in their totals.
There you go.
Well, two more things that are helping out your total over. But Terrence Newton is out, and I think Michael Jenkins got hurt in practice today. So Dallas, whose secondary was already pathetic, could be without their two starting corners also. So it'll be interesting to see if neither of those two do play, how much the total will adjust upwards by Sunday afternoon.
There you go. I'm sold. Over in the Jets-Dallas game.